Hello guys, we are here with the brief explanation of Dawn editorials. We will explain the meanings of difficult words. We will also indicate the discourse markers and punctuation marks. Don't forget to subscribe our channel to get the daily updates. Our first Dawn editorial is about Moscow talks. As we all know that May 1 is deadline for America to withdraw its troops from Afghanistan, and it draws close. Efforts are afoot to speed up the peace process in latter country. Latter means in Afghanistan. Afoot means in preparation or progress or happening. The latest sign of this came after a meeting was convened in Moscow featuring Afghan stakeholders as well as representatives of regional and global players to try and hammer out some sort of deal. Hammer out is an idiom which means to arrive at an agreement or solution. And salvage means rescue or save. And salvage the very modest success that have been achieved between Afghan government, the Taliban and the US. What is significant is that the US sent its emissary on Afghanistan to the event in Russia despite the fact that Washington and Moscow rarely see eye to eye. Emissary means a delegate, envoy, diplomat, and Washington is the capital city of America and Moscow is capital city of Russia. Eye to eye is again an idiom which means agree with each other, especially in the international arena. Senior officials from Pakistan and China were also in attendance, as were Mullah brother of Taliban and former Afghan President Hamid Karzai. The present Afghan President is Ashraf Ghani. The joint statement issued after the event is important as it calls upon to Taliban to not launch any spring or summer offensives. Over the past few months, there has been a sharp spike in violence as civilians including journalists and civil society figures have been murdered. The Taliban say that US is not complying with its ends of deal signed in Doha in 2020 and there was no clear signal from militia that they are willing to cease all hostilities in the interest of peace. Until there is such a commitment, it would be too early to celebrate. However, is a discourse marker followed by a comma. Considering the complexity of Afghan issue, the fact that the dialogue process is continuing is still a better alternative to settling scores on battlefield. At this point, the stalemate will apparently continue as the Taliban have the upper hand. Stalemate means deadlock, impasse or standstill. The only major challenge to emerge from Moscow conclave is that Pakistan, US, China and Russia appear to have view of Afghanistan peace process. America itself is not sure it will honor the May 1 deadline, with Joe Biden, American president, saying as much in a recent interview. However, the dialogue process must continue and be backed by a long-lasting ceasefire which will act as the biggest confidence-building measure. The negotiations process is due to resume in Turkey next month and by the time Afghan stakeholders, particularly the Taliban. This sentence is in between the double dashes which will break the flow of sentence. So we will study this sentence like, by that time the Afghan stakeholders must show that they are committed to peace process by ceasing hostilities. If foreign troops leave abruptly without a peace plan endorsed by all Afghan fractions, a return to civilian war seen during the Mujahideen period is likely. And if the foreign forces stay, the Taliban will have an excuse to abandon the peace process and return to the battlefield. The available options at these points are not very good, yet a modus vivendi must be reached where the violence stops, power sharing is achieved, and Afghans start the long process of rebuilding their shattered homeland. Modus vivendi is a Latin term that means mode of living or way of life. Next editorial is about the assurance given by the Prime Minister Imran Khan to the missing families of assisted is indeed welcome news. But there are still miles to go before the families get justice. Last month is a discourse marker, again followed by a comma. Scores of Baloch citizens whose relatives have been missing for up to 12 years had gathered in the capital to protest against these enforced disappearances and try and obtain information about their loved ones' whereabouts. At the time, the protest was called off after an assurance was given by Human Rights Minister who is Shiri Mizari, who told the protesting families that she would arrange their meeting directly with the Prime Minister. This week, Mr. Khan met 3 members of the Balochistan Missing Persons Committee and tasked his principal secretary to ascertain the status of missing family members and give an update to these families. Ascertain means to discover and to find out. The Prime Minister's meeting with the relatives of missing persons, no doubt, is a show of support to these citizens who have suffered a harrowing ordeal for years. Harrowing means distressing and ordeal means a very unpleasant and prolonged experience. But though it is encouraging, it is also highlights that an utter failure the Commission of Inquiry into Enforced Disappearances has been. The Commission was created in 2011 and despite the passage of decades, it has failed to end enforced disappearances or bring relief to these families. Though the existence of such a body is necessary, this particular commission has yet to address the grievances of families, means complaints of families who have endured traumatic years of separation and silence. Some observers say the commission is unsuccessful due to inadequate human and financial resources. Its head, who is retired Justice Javed Iqbal, is also the chairman of National Accountability Bureau, which is a significant and consuming responsibility in itself. Not only do these families place very little trust in this commission, even the few cases it has resolved do little to pin responsibility or hold someone accountable. The Prime Minister's pledge, Prime Minister's promise, has created a hope for these despondent families. Despondent means disheartened, discouraged or dispirited. But justice and closure will remain elusive until concrete support and answers are given. The government should either disband the commission or provide it a chairman and team that will deliver results. Too many times, ministers and committees have given the affected families assurances that they will be provided information about their missing relatives, promises that have ended in disappointment. If Mr. Khan's support to the missing persons cause goes beyond lip service and delivers tangible results, it will be a praiseworthy achievement. Lip service is again an idiom which means an alliance expressed in words but not backed by deeds, and tangible means physical or real results. Finally, the last editorial is about online transactions. A significant number of Pakistanis have shifted to internet and mobile banking to transfer money, pay bills and shop online. Digital transactions are posting strong growth as reflected by new State Bank data for the period between October and December. The data shows online transactions spiking by 24% in volume to 296.7 million and 22% in value to rupees 21.4 trillion as more people switch to internet and mobile banking for convenience. So you can put these figures and facts in your essay to strengthen your arguments. 3 major factors have played a crucial role in the online uptick and increase. First, COVID-19 forced people to use online banking service. Second, the waiver of transaction fee on all online interbank and interbank fund transfers encouraged many to start accessing internet and mobile banking services, where the most uptake is seen in the last 1 year. Third, the incentives offered by the provinces to taxpayers using mobile banking for payment of government taxes or restaurant bills also contributed to an uptake in digital transactions. You can see this first, second and third and last. These are the discourse markers that will enhance the articulation style. The number of point of sale machines also recorded growth of 18% to 62,480, with digital payments being made through debit or credit cards. According to the bank, 23 million transactions totaling rupees 115 billion during the 3 months period to December were processed. Meanwhile, a discourse marker, e-commerce merchants saw 5.6 million transactions through card payments that climbed to 15 billion compared to 3.9 million transactions valuing at rupees 11.9 billion in the previous quarter. The expansion in online payments indeed marks a welcome shift in the customer's approach to payments and will go a long way in documenting the economy. The expansion in digital payment infrastructure as well as the emergence of new payment aggregators have played a role in the growth. Nevertheless, is also a discourse marker like meanwhile, similar and likewise, however, doubtlessly, It will be misleading at this point to assume that the increased online transactions show the expansion of financial inclusion. The existing number of POS machines, the limited number of people, especially women, with access to bank accounts or in possession of payment cards, or even fewer of them with access to internet, means we have a long way to go before a larger section of population can use internet and mobile banking services. Thank you so much. This was all about today's Dawn editorial. You can also subscribe this channel to get the daily updates.